All right, movie reviews with a real one. Today, we're talking about The Tender Bar. It's directed by George Clooney, and it has Ben Affleck. Says Ben Affleck delivers one of his finest performances of his career. Affleck's performance strikes just the right notes. The movie's about a kid. A kid is a young boy who his dad left him and his mom, and but he left him and his mom, but he's also a radio disc jockey who has like a really good voice, and he's known all over his area. So when he was little and he asked his mom where was his dad, she told him he's in the radio. So I guess after a while she turned this to the station and let him hear. So as growing up, he's listening to his dad on the radio. He thinks, as a kid, his dad is inside the radio. So sometimes at night he would have conversations with him. He would listen to him. It's like having like, I don't know how that is, like a one-way conversation with your dad. But so as he gets older, his mom, I think it's his uncle. His uncle is played by Ben Affleck, and his uncle owns this bar, and it's a bar where all his friends and family, that's like where they all congregate. It's like the hangout, you know what I mean? And through the movie, the kid has all, type of life problems. He dates a girl, and somehow the girl kind of shakes him and disses him, and then he gets his heart broken. He goes back to the bar. He tells his uncle, and they all rally behind him like it's no big deal. And later on, she calls back again, and he runs over there, and then they start hooking up again. And then she says, "Oh, I'm dating someone else." And he's like, "Damn, you did it again." And he goes back, and his uncle again tries to, rally, root him on, like it's no big deal. It's her loss. You know what I mean? These are the trials and tribulations of being a young man. And so like as he's like going through this, he gets mad and he's like, you know what I really want to do? Like, I guess everyone wants him to be a lawyer. Everyone in the bar, his mom, they want him to be a lawyer, but he wants to be a writer. So the joke is that his mom wants him to be a lawyer so he can grow up and sue his dad for child support. And she always says that's not true. But it's a joke that goes around everybody. And everyone's still like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. So he tries to pursue it. He writes. And then someone tells him, you should submit something to the Times. And he submits something, and they call him up, and they're like, you're really good. And he's like, what? Like, yeah, you're really good, but you're kind of green, kind of like, you need some type of time when you're writing. You need some more writing experience, you know what I mean? So maybe you should just like go down to like a small paper and work on that, get you some traction behind you, and then come back, and then maybe we can see what happens. So he goes back, he's working and he's doing his thing, and he tries to like, while he's doing that, he's like living a regular life, but he has in his head, one time, his dad, they call him the voice, because you really never get to see him until later on in the movie. You just keep hearing his voice, and he has like a cool voice. Well, the voice shows up one time, and first time he shows up, Ben Affleck's there, and he just walks in. He's like, "Hey, kid," and Ben Affleck, "You got my $20?" I think like Ben's really mad about this $20, and he says hello to the kid, and he leaves. Then I think another time he visited him like a couple years later, and he says, "Meet me outside, I'll pick you up." So he picks him up, and he's driving. He's talking to him. He drives around the block while he's talking to him, smoking the cigarette, asking him about life. And he pulls right back up in front of the house. He's like, "All right." Like, that was it? He's like, "Yeah, man, I got things to do." He just jets off again. He's like, "Damn." And then It's like this kid has like abandonment issues, you know what I mean? And but you know what? I take that back. I don't think that he has abandonment issues, because through the whole thing, I think the meaning of the purpose of the movie is that the tender bar, that no matter what happens in this kid's life, they're there for him. His uncle is like a father figure. The whole people in the bar, they bust his chops. You know how guys do guys, you know what I mean? And like, I felt that too, that in the bar, it was a lot of tough love, but it was also like a lot of love, you know what I mean? You take them on the chops. Usually, you know, I don't know about everyone else, but usually when I was always with my boys, that was a great thing about my fellas, is that no matter how bad it is, like, I got you, don't trip, you know what I mean? We might make some jokes about it. Like, sometimes I'd be at things that happen to me, and then the worst things happen to me, dog. You know, when you're at your bottom, and then your boys come, and then you have to explain it to them, and, you know, you at your bottom, and, like, it's not even, like, a big deal, you know what I mean? Like, it happens, we might make some jokes about it, you know what I mean? But you're still my dog, you know what I mean? Forever. And that's what I got from the movie, that the bar was, like, it was almost like it takes a village a little bit, because he wasn't really lacking. And really, he asked the voice, why did he leave him? And he was like, you're better off. And I think that he was, because later on he had kids, the voice had new kids, and it was weird. And you know what I mean? I have a strong believer in, like, sometimes it's just not conducive, it's not healthy, you know what I mean? So, and he had the replacement, you know what I mean? He had his uncle who really looked out for him all the time. And they sat down and they talked about life. When the girl cheated on him, his uncle didn't scold him or make him look stupid. He really explained to him that really the truth, you know what I mean? Like, it's her loss, number one, because he loved him, number one. And then this is gonna happen, you know what I mean? This is part of growing up. And when he was scared to submit his writings to the Times, he was there rooting for you, like, you're one of the best writers ever. Even when he was a little kid, he told me that this is amazing writing. You just got to stay at it, stay focused on it, keep your head in the game. And that's what he needed, you know what I mean? So I appreciate it. It was a great movie. I say this is a watch if you like Ben Affleck and stuff like that. It's entertaining. I wouldn't, like, diss it, you know what I mean? Especially if you're into deep relationships and stuff like that. You're into dialogue. He did a great job.